6 important points highlighted in the review of the Australian immigration system. Today's video talks about the following 6 major changes expected to be introduced to the Australian immigration system after the latest review. 1. Increase in the temporary skilled migration income threshold. 2. Permitting temporary workers to apply for permanent residence. 3. The division of the Australian migration system into 3 categories. 4. A reduction in the number of visa subclasses. 5. The introduction of a new graduate visa to retain international students. And lastly, at number 6, we have adjusting the current point system. So, let's start without further delays. Don't forget to support our channel by sharing our videos on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter so that we can continue to bring you the latest immigration updates. Home Affairs Minister Clare O'Neil recently revealed the review of the Australian migration system. The review gave us a report of 186 pages, highlighting notable recommendations for the government to introduce new changes to the immigration system. Lucky for you, we have summarized 6 of the most important points, saving you from the trouble of reading the entire report. So, let's look at the expected changes following the review of the Australian immigration system. It should be noted that former Public Service Chief Martin Parkinson managed the review and the report of its findings. The review concluded that the Australian immigration system is highly complex, with a lot of visa subclasses. Plus, the legal requirements for people who wish to remain in the country fail to adequately figure out their capability to contribute to long-term economic growth. While no specific recommendations are highlighted in the report, it has 32 potential ways for the government to change the system to enhance its performance. Let's talk about the most important changes. Change number 1. Increase in the temporary skilled migration income threshold. For starters, the minimum salary threshold for various visa subclasses will be raised on the 1st of July 2023 from $53,900 to $70,000. In case you are wondering, this is referred to as Temporary Skilled Migration Income Threshold, TSMIT. Interestingly, it hasn't changed in the last 10 years, and the recent adjustment reflects the value of TSMIT if it had been increased every year. Change number 2. Permitting temporary workers to apply for permanent residence. Skilled temporary workers will soon be allowed to apply for permanent residence. The minister confirmed this will become effective by the end of 2023. For those who don't know, this is how the previous immigration system worked before the last government divided the occupation list for the permanent employer visa into 2 different lists. This ultimately introduced restrictions on people who could go for a permanent visa. Therefore, only applicants employed in an occupation in the medium and long-term skills shortage list, MLTSSL, can go for a permanent residence visa through employer nomination. Although, there are a few exceptions under transitional arrangements. Change number 3. The division of the Australian migration system into 3 categories. Most importantly, a major change to the Australian immigration system has been proposed by the Australian Labor Party following the review. The Labor Party hopes to divide the migration system into 3 separate categories on the basis of the skills and salary of the applicants. The first category will be reserved for highly skilled workers earning high salaries. As a result, the visa processing time for these workers will decrease significantly. Moreover, it will help overcome the skills shortage in Australia. On the other hand, the second category will consider workers with a middle income and help deal with labour shortages effectively. Lastly, the third category will be reserved for low-earning migrants essential for various sectors, such as aged care. This change is expected to prevent exploitation and enable people to notice these low-wage programs. The government is keen on introducing these changes as soon as possible, but more details are yet to be announced officially. Change number 4. A reduction in the number of visa subclasses. A reduction in the number of visa subclasses is also expected in the future. This will simplify the visa application process, allowing people to easily apply for the required visa. This change will streamline the system, making the visa process less confusing and overwhelming. It is safe to say the Australian immigration system is too complex and slow, making it frustrating for migrants and businesses, especially since other countries are competing to attract skilled workers. Hence, the number of visa subclasses will be lowered, making the process simpler and easy to understand. Needless to say, it will allow Australia to recruit the best migrants in an efficient manner. Speculations suggest the Business Investment Visa and the Global Talent Visa could be removed. Change number 5. The introduction of a new graduate visa to retain international students. The review showed how Australia fails to retain talented international students as skilled migrants. Many students are regarded as permanently on a temporary visa because they are not identified as individuals with the greatest potential to succeed. The proposed solution for this problem is to offer a graduate visa that's much quicker to obtain than the existing one. Finally, change number 6. Adjusting the current point system. The existing point system used in the Australian immigration system is being reviewed with the hopes of amending it so that people capable of contributing to the economy in the long run are selected. It seems that the existing system is not effective in differentiating between candidates and uses poor indicators of success in the labour market. The review regarded the criteria used to figure out an applicant's success as irrelevant. Plus, it fails to determine long-term success for the Australian immigration system and visa holders. The government wants to update the system so that it chooses migrants with high possibilities of success and equally impressive abilities to contribute to the country's economy. We have reached the end of today's video update. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Thanks for watching.